Hi everybody, I'm Paddy Hunter-Murphy, and this is the Senior Pickleball Tips Podcast, where we discuss everything pickleball as it relates to us seniors. With me today we have Susan Cohen at ProMotion Physical Therapy and Wellness. Now Susan has been in the physical therapy sphere for 26 years, so she's very much a specialist. She's been posting and helping members of Senior Pickleball Tips for over a year now, and she posts on there quite a lot, which is fantastic. So I just thought it'd be great to get her on the podcast and see what she's up to, and I've got a few key questions for her. So Susan, welcome. How are you doing?
Thank you. I am great and so happy that you have me on today. I think it's just great to be able to share information with the Senior Pickleball Tips group. They're such a wonderful group.
They seem to be. I think we are a great group, aren't we?
Yes.
Let's just say that. So, first question, which I ask most people, is this. What's your pickleball story, Susan?
So my pickleball story is I was having more and more clients come in with pickleball related issues. And I had been working with them, and I thought, what better way for me to understand the game better than to play? And that's how it started. I started with just a basic clinic. And I remember the first time after playing, coming back saying, wow, my hips are really tight and sore after playing. And that was, really just the beginning. And since then, I've really enjoyed the cardio, the activity, the social component of it. I started playing more frequently, and it's just kind of took off from there. And now when someone explains, they're having pain when they do something in particular, I'm like, oh yes, I know that, and it really helps me help my clients.
Fantastic. That I can absolutely see that. Makes a lot of sense. So I've got a few questions for you, Susan. Let's get into it. So in pickleball, in your opinion, what I'd like to do is really look at sort of prevention of injuries. I think that's really a common thread in the Senior Pickleball Tips group. So I'm going to ask you, what are the 5 most common injuries in pickleball, in senior pickleball, and how do we prevent them? So I don't know, do you want to list the 5 first, maybe?
Sure. So we'll just go from head to toe. Let's start with shoulders, elbows, low back, and then the knees and the ankle and calf. So we go right down that order.
Okay, so we're looking at shoulders, elbows, lower back, knees and ankle. And this isn't a children's, it's not a children's song. Not to be confused, everyone, with the children's song, shoulders, elbows, lower back, knees and ankle. No, it's not to do with that. So we're going to break this down a little bit. So I'm going to ask you, Susan, let's start with shoulders. So how do we prevent getting injured?
Well, first, if it's okay, I want to back up to what kind of injuries occur in the shoulder, most common. So it could be a little bit of a strain. However, what people come in with initial is when they reach overhead, they have some pain in their shoulder. That is the first sign that there's an impingement in the shoulder. And that's usually this tendon that comes through this little bony area in your shoulder, and it gets compressed. If that impingement isn't addressed, then it can lead to a tendonitis. Then they're having more pain, and it refers down their arm. And then the next step from that, which is where no one wants to be, is having a frozen shoulder.
I've heard about those. Yeah.
Yes. So the earlier it's kind of nipped in the butt, the better your outcome is going to be, the quicker recovery and just getting back into pain-free motion. There's a couple reasons. One is just pickleball in itself. There's a lot of overhead reaching and, smashing. If you don't have the proper stability in the shoulder joint, and if you're even just a little bit round-shouldered, it kind of sets the shoulder in a position that can rub the tendon more.
Right.
So the rounded posture is some just from our daily activities that we tend to be more rounded. The other is weakness in your upper back and your scapular region that actually helps to pull you back.
Right.
So that's kind of the origin of how it kind of begins.
Right. So prevention then.
So yeah, for preventing, you want to strengthen all of the rotator cuff muscles, and you want to make sure that you're doing postural stabilization exercises as well, which is that scapula area. So you're doing rows and lats, and there's so many other exercises that we can do to help strengthen those postural muscles, because that's going to keep our humeral head inside the right socket in the right alignment. As well as stretching. It's so important with all of these areas that you want to have a balance of flexibility and stability. It's that balance that is key.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, that is really good. I mean, personally, I don't have too much trouble with my shoulders, but one of my very good friends, Eamon, has terrible trouble with his right shoulder. So, and that's one of the reasons he's moved into pickleball, because he doesn't have to serve a tennis ball. But obviously smashing can be difficult. So let's move on to elbows.
Sure. So elbows, it's always elbow tendonitis, the tendonitis, which is known as, they call it pickleball elbow, tennis elbow, lateral epicondylitis. Anything with that ITIS at the end is an inflammatory issue. And that a lot is, again, you don't have a good stability around your elbow joint, and it's the repetitive motion. So there are certain things that you can do to help minimize that. One is strengthening your forearm muscles, doing stretching, especially after, making sure that you're stretching out after you've played.
Right.
Some people, if they're starting to have symptoms, really don't wait too long. There's like a little brace that you can wear at part of your elbow. That also can help. And then a big thing too is your grip. You've heard over and over that you shouldn't hold your paddle too tight.
That's right.
So trying to get used to holding it lighter. And there's also this really cool grip that you could put over your pickleball handle. It looks almost like a waffle. And I don't use it myself, but I've played with other players that use it just because they have that history of the tennis elbow, pickleball elbow.
That's very interesting. So I could imagine a lot of beginners are gripping, they got a death grip on their paddle, and that is could lead to some elbow problems.
And in turn, sometimes they're gripping it so tight because they don't have all that shoulder stability. So they're trying to get it lower down the chain. Yeah. And then they're going to grip tighter because they don't have that power in their shoulder. So, again, you're all attached.
Yeah, so most pickleball shots, you're looking at a grip of about 3 to 4 at a scale of 10. So bear that in mind, folks. Fabulous. Okay, let's look at the lower back. We've all got lower back pain, including Paddy. So this is a big one, I think, Susan.
So again, the reason for it is all the twisting in pickleball, the reaching out far to the side, which that I'll just take a quick note is better agility will get you in front of the ball rather than reaching too far out. So that's just a side note. And it's the preventative is keeping a strong core. Knowing how to engage, when to engage, kind of making it part of your play. And the strong core, the flexibility, again, we go to that balance between flexibility and strength. And for your back, it's very important. Hip tightness can also cause back pain. So you have to keep those hips loose because they have muscle attachments to your low back. So doing hip openers, you're going to focus on your weaker area. Not everybody's going to be doing every joint in the body, but you know what your triggers are, where the issues are, and that's where you're going to bring in your focus when you're preparing to play and improve your game.
Yeah. So prevention then of lower back pain. I know a lot of people just have lower back pain from all kinds of reasons. I played rugby a lot in my youth, and I had 4 kids, picking them up and putting them on my shoulders for many, many years. My back is completely done in. However, how can we prevent it or make sure it doesn't get any worse?
So again, going back to making sure that you have core exercises as part of your program that you do on a regular basis, and keeping it flexible, as well as the hips flexible, because again, of those attachments to your low back. So those are like the three major things: working on your low back. And even as we get older, sometimes we have more stiffness in our upper back too. And again, think of that as a cable coming all the way down. So if you're stiff in your upper back, it's going to make the lower back work even harder. And all that rotation comes from your entire spine when you're playing. So again, if you have back issues, Paddy,
yeah,
you want to make sure that you're not just doing the low back stretches, but that you're getting some thoracic motion in there too, and your hips for the flexibility.
And this is 24/7, isn't it? I mean, I have this terrible habit of walking almost with a stoop. You know, I'm 67 now. Am I 67? Am I 67 or 66? I'm still.
Oh, it's just a number, Paddy.
One of those.
Don't worry
I'm
about it.
one
Just
of
a
those.
Number. That's okay.
And I walk with a stoop, and every now and then, Paddy, pull your back up. So it's something you have to think about all the time, isn't it?
Well, yeah, for sure. But now, looking at this is focusing on seniors. So seniors are coming in with diagnoses such as stenosis of their spine. Maybe they have a history of, herniated disc or bulging disc. So, they're coming in already with a little bit of instability. So really focusing on that core strength to minimize that back pain, and have more power in their shots, because it's coming from that base core. So any shot you make, it's really making sure that that core is tight throughout. So
yeah, absolutely. Completely agree with you. Thank you so much. Now, number 4, knees. I just feel my knees are clicking a little bit as I go down the stairs. They're just starting. So let's talk about knees, Susan.
All right. So knees. The reason we have so many issues with knees is all the lateral motion when we play pickleball, and that lateral motion puts a lot of torque on the knee joint. Again, with seniors, they're coming in again with, some parts that are a little bit worn. So for prevention, it's important to strengthen the muscles around the knee. Now, we have to remember that the muscles that stabilize the knee start at the hips, a lot of them, the big muscles. So they start at the hip and they go past the knee joint. So when you do exercises to strengthen your hips, you're actually improving the stability in your knee.
Okay.
So that's something that's really important. And then, of course, having good court shoes that have sufficient lateral. I mean, that's also for the ankle too, having that really good lateral support in your court shoe.
That's very interesting. And I'm sure we're going to pick up on that another time. That's really great. Now, the last one, number 5, ankles and calves. You say that they're related.
Well, they're related because your calf muscle comes down and your gastroc comes down into your Achilles tendon, which that's where I get a lot of people complaining about the Achilles tendon and tendonitis. And that happens in pickleball because of the power, that impact when you're moving around the court. So your calves are working really hard. When you want to have quicker motion, you're going to be more on your toes. And being on your toes when you're moving around the court puts a lot of work into that calf muscle. So if you don't have a good strength, it's going to pull more onto that tendon and cause issues, as well as when you're doing a high impact, a power move, that calf, if you don't have that flexibility, you're going to cause a sprain in the calf muscle itself.
I mean, I have had a lot of problems with my calves, cramp and tweaks, I call them. I haven't actually torn the muscle, but a tweak. And I'd get a tweak. I used to play a lot of tennis, so I'd get a tweak on the tennis court, and people would say, "Paddy, stop now." Is that correct?
No one can be in your head to understand what kind of tweak it is.
Yeah.
So if it's a tweak that comes real quick and it's, I always go on this scale of 0 to 10. Like, is it a 7 tweak and then doesn't go away? Or is it like a little 2 and then you take a few more steps and you kind of work it out? Yes. So if it was something really severe after you just did a real power, reach and kind of impact, then I would say, go walk it off, take a little bit. But if it's something that happens and then within, the next 30 seconds, it's gone, I wouldn't worry about it as much.
Right. Keep an eye on it.
Yeah. Make sure that you are doing, your flexibility exercises for your ankle and calf, and as well as strengthening to keep that is a powerhouse. That's a powerhouse muscle in pickleball. Calf.
Yeah. So the prevention of injuries to ankles and calves, again, it's strengthening, is it?
Yeah. So it's a combination of the strengthening and the flexibility, because if you don't have the flexibility and you put your ankle in a certain position, it's going to pull really hard on that calf muscle. Okay, so the flexibility and the strengthening of your calf is very, very important.
Wow.
To minimize injuries.
Well, Susan, that's been fantastic. So folks, we're looking number 1, shoulders, number 2, elbows, number 3, your lower back, 4 is knees, and 5 is ankles and calves. So look, and we have those 4 very important words, don't we? Listen to your body. I expect you say this all the time, do you, Susan?
Absolutely.
So guys, everyone out there, listen to your body. Listen, Susan, that's absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. You have talked to us about the 5 most common pickleball injuries and how to prevent each one, which is extremely important. Okay, everyone, we'll leave it there. Many, many thanks, Susan, for a fascinating episode. Now, we are going to continue this interview with Susan in part 2, where we talk about the importance of all of us having our own bespoke daily routine in terms of stretching and building up fitness and strength in our muscles. So don't miss part 2 coming up soon. Okay, everyone. Thank you again, Susan. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to the Senior Pickleball Tips podcast, and I really hope you enjoyed it. Now remember, we've got the Facebook group, we've got the seniorpickleballtips.com website, so please head on there if you want to be more involved. It would be great to see you. Okay, my Senior Pickleball Tips friends, paddle up, stay safe, and most importantly, have fun. Don't want to miss an episode? Then follow and subscribe to the Senior Pickleball Tips podcast. Find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Amazon Audible. Or even just ask Alexa. And please leave a rating and review. Okay, folks, we'll leave it there. See you on court. Bye for now.